I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
Don't bully me, Daniel!
Daniel Day-Lewis won the second of a record 3 Oscars for his role in the film There Will Be Blood. Now, after almost a decade-long hiatus, the 68-year-old Englishman is back, thanks to a young director very near and dear to his heart. He's been called the greatest actor of his generation.
Daniel Day-Lewis in my left foot.
Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood.
And the Oscar goes to Daniel Day-Lewis.
3-time Oscar winner and reluctant star.
The work itself has remained nothing but a source of fascination and pleasure to me, the work itself. The aftermath of the work has always been difficult for me. You know, you become, to some extent, a sales rep for that work, and I'm not good at that. I never was, and I'm still not. And that particular part of it, the public part of it, has always left me feeling kind of emptied out.
And 8 years ago, he announced his retirement, but now a clarification.
I think that was a mistake. I think it just created a kind of confusion. And at the time, I never intended to retire from anything. I chose to stop doing one kind of work so that I could perhaps concentrate on a different kind of work.
It was part musical interlude.
My youngest son, Cashel, is a fiddle player. And once the idea took root in my head, like, I wonder if I could make him a fiddle. That was, you know, things tend to, it's hard to let go of a thing.
He made 3.
So I've got the makings of the next one, but I just haven't got down to it yet.
But something or someone was calling him back to film.
It did surprise me to feel the impulse quite strongly again. And largely it was in response to the knowledge that Ronan would be making films.
It's hard to imagine living anywhere else. Like, I feel like the city really has its hooks in me. But
27-year-old middle son Ronan Day-Lewis brings credentials and expectations. His mother, filmmaker and author Rebecca Miller, and grandfather, playwright Arthur Miller. Was your move to film a surprise to your parents?
not really, because I started making little movies with my friends when I was like 7. Like when I was really young, I would always be the one kind of annoyingly trying to corral everyone into making a little movie on our dad's like flip camera in the backyard or something.
The Invisible Man, Ray Stoker.
Anemone is his directorial debut, co-written with his father. The story unfolds in a remote cabin.
How long was it, brother? When you went limping off into the woods? What, 20 years?
The first kind of concrete anchor, I think, was the idea of this man who's kind of in this form of self-exile, that he's living in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I won't pretend I don't think about it from time to time, but this is it, Jem. This is my life.
For some reason that pertains to his past, he's kind of separated himself and banished himself to this isolated place.
After 20 years, his brother arrives to bring Ray Stoker back to the son he's never met.
You're going to hell, brother. Family reunion.
I felt I knew Ray fairly early on in the writing process. I don't know why I did. I just did. I can't explain it.
Day-Lewis is legendary for his immersive preparation as fashion designer, in the boxing ring, in a wheelchair. But after more than 20 film roles, one character remains elusive, Daniel Day-Lewis. What drives him to such perfection?
I've resisted analysis to a large extent because maybe out of superstition, I thought it might interfere with the impulse, which was strong in me and still is. But I mean, put on the spot, I'd say it's got something to do with that period of time, which was very bleak in my life when I was sent away to school.
His actress mother, Jill Balkin, came from a prominent British film family. His father, Cecil Day-Lewis, who died when Daniel was 15, was well known in literary circles, perhaps not so well known at home.
It's not that we never got to see him. He was a good man. But my only conversations that I remember having with him, when I was in trouble, which I was frequently for all kinds of different things. That's my memory of it. It may be a distorted memory, but.
In 1968, his father was named Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom, and Daniel was sent to boarding school at 11.
I felt like I was at sea. I had no friends. I was being bullied. I was scrappy, but in that place, you're considered to be like just outrageously uncivilized if you took a swipe at someone, which I did now and then.
Despite pleading, he was left to tough it out.
It was my father's decision. He believed I should stay there, that I would feel a sense of defeat if I left. But I don't think, because he didn't really see me, he didn't understand the degree to which I was already defeated.
And yet boarding school is where he discovered his life's work.
I did a few little bits and pieces in school plays, and it wasn't the magic of the theatre for me, it was the alternative world, where everything around me seemed fairly dark. That was a place that was illuminated for me.
But stardom came with a darker side, as he was forewarned by the head of a prestigious summer theater program for teens 50 years ago.
He launched into a kind of cautionary tale about the world of professional acting and the theatre, about the sleaze and the corruption. And I was really quite naive at that time, but something about what he said that day stayed with me. I never wondered about the work, but I began to wonder about the world that I was going into. And so I did reach a crossroads where I wondered whether perhaps I'd become a cabinet maker, a furniture maker instead.
He seems to have found a comfortable place at the crossroad in Anemone. A reluctant father on film and devoted father off camera. Anemone is the culmination of a years-long father-son collaboration. Have you considered what trust that implies, what confidence in you that
Yeah. He never implied that that was a big deal, but I always felt that incredible sense of pressure, not wanting to let him down. I felt that actually probably more deeply than the kind of external pressure of how the film might be received or the expectations that come with his, comeback.
An unexpected return, eagerly awaited, yet Day-Lewis is muted in his expectations.
We don't last long. Film sometimes can have a long life, and I suppose you can't help hoping that something of your work will be significant to a person in times to come, but there's no guarantee of that.